The first thing my dad says to me this morning, it's a windsurfing day. I look out the window and it is indeed very windy, lots of whitecaps, but our inability to decide whether I should be ready to call an ambulance for when he gets to shore and immediately succumbs to hypothermia, or the fire department for when he fails to make it back to shore at all and someone needs to fish him out, has left him comfortably reading a book in the living room. I'm sure the reminder of when our neighbor called an ambulance and emergency services were unable to locate the mailing address, legal land description, or county street address was also a deciding factor. Moral of the story, no matter how windy it is, when the temperature is below zero, it's not a windsurfing day. There are a few stories from my childhood that, to this day, remain my favorites. Usually it's because I relate so strongly to one of the characters. And for the most part, I already had a bunch of things in common with said characters when I found the stories, but in some cases, I was just too young for that to be the cause. So did I fall in love with the story because I was always going to become that person? Or did I become that person because I'm in love with the story? Belle has always been my Disney princess. She daydreams, everybody thinks she's weird, and she reads a lot. And she's so excited by the things she reads, she can't stop herself from talking about them to people who clearly don't care, like the baker or sheep. That is me to a T. Not only have I accosted most of you, but I have had out loud conversations with imaginary people because I need to talk about a book so badly. But I was 3 the first time I saw Beauty and the Beast. Maybe I was already that person. Maybe after watching a movie or cartoons, I would follow my mom around and tell her all about them. I don't know. I have no memories from that age. But that opening song gets me every time, which is incredibly important because I've never felt like I'd have the courage to be like Belle during the rest of the movie. Would I set out to look for someone knowing I'd end up in an unfamiliar wolf-infested forest at night? Would I sacrifice my freedom for someone else's? Would I hold up my end of a shouting match with a horrible, monstrous beast? Would I be able to forgive someone who'd wronged me so completely? The evidence points to no. But because of that opening, I've always had hope that maybe, just maybe, given the right circumstances, I'd find the courage to be like her in all the other ways. I'd get her guts and fire, her compassion, her dreams. Honestly, I think I've always shared her dreams. Adventure in the great wide somewhere, but I've never had the courage to chase them. I'm comfortable here. I have family and friends and the beginnings of a career. To think of leaving has always seemed greedy and foolish. Childish even. Like something you'd hear in a fairy tale. But the desire never went away. And finally, I started talking about it. And nobody laughed at me. At almost every turn, people have been supportive and excited. And I realized that I've been standing in my own way. I've been the person who refuses to understand. And adventure isn't silly. It isn't permanent or running away. It isn't irresponsible. It isn't childish. It's a chance to explore, to learn. So, I am excited to announce that I am moving to the United Kingdom. I received my approved visa last week. I'm leaving mid-November and I'm allowed to stay for 2 years. I have no plan. I don't know where I'll work. I don't know where I'll live. I haven't even booked my flight, but I'm going. I'm going on an adventure and it'll be grand. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Also, I finished Career of Evil. Up until now, the Cormoran Strike novels have been good. I like the characters and I'm happy to buy the next one, but I've never wasted time between books wondering what will happen to them next. And suddenly, with this book, the end is like, gah! Damn it, JK! Isn't it enough that after 8 years you announced that we're getting a Harry Potter sequel in 2 parts on stage? Thank God I'll be in England. But now I'm gonna be preoccupied with thoughts of Strike and Robin and Matthew for as long as you keep that series going. Plus, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is filming, and like, how do you expect me to accomplish anything ever for the rest of my life? I love you, JK. Please keep writing.